You're right guys, it's Capcom Tom here and I'm back for episode number 30 of Mission Manchester. So you can see the first thing we're going to do is jump into our trade pile. We have managed to sell all of those all attribute cards for around the 1,000 to 1,100 mark, and also the pace cards went as well from the last episode. So we are sitting on 111,000 coins. We are very close to being able to make our next signing. I think most of you have guessed who it is, but I'm not going to say it until we actually go and pick him up. So you can see here we jump into our trade pile again. I have gone and done some trading. Spent about 60,000 coins, and we're going to be trying to sell on some players for a little bit more than they probably should go for, as I was going away for the weekend and I decided to list them up for 3 days, so I put them up slightly over the lowest buy it now. Obviously, if you want to sell a card every single time, you put it at the lowest buy it now, but I'm sending these up slightly higher than the lowest buy it now, as I think that I can sell them as, you know, obviously the lowest buy it now will get bought, and then your card will be the next one in line, or at least that's hopefully what's going to happen, as long as no one else puts someone up. We also had that 442 centre mid Lucas, trying to get him sold on for 13,500 when we picked him up for 9,500. Then this Verdu, we picked him up for 10,750, I believe, trying to sell him on for 13,500. Sessignon in a centre mid, picked him up for 9,100. He's obviously had a cam to CM card on him, as well as a CF to cam card. I believe he starts as a CF in default. And then this Alonso, you can see we've bought him for 5,900. He's been moved to centre attacking mid from CM. Now, this isn't a great card because it's only a 150 coin card. However, I believe that there was only one of them on the market, so I put him up for a slightly inflated price, hopefully going to sell him on for a bit of extra coinage. You can see that we also picked up this Robinho in a left forward to in a 4-1-2-1-2. We're going to move him to left mid, hopefully sell him on for 15,000 coins, so there'll be a lot of profit in it for us. Anyway, the plan is now to go off and play some games, and now that is exactly what I did. I went off, I did what I usually do, played the games, made the transfers, but unfortunately, just as I was clicking the end button or stop recording button, this happened, and you can see that we actually ended up losing all the footage for this episode, which is an absolute nightmare because it was such a good episode. I mean, the games I didn't play particularly well. I drew 2 and I won 1, so it wasn't a terrible episode. And then I even started doing the next episode again and lost that bit of footage as well, as the capture card broke again, so it was an absolute failure. We won that game as well, so we ended up winning 2, drawing 2. We also made the biggest signing of the series so far. We bought Vidic. I mean, I'll show you him on the screen in a minute, and I won't, stop the episode here. I'll basically move on to the next episode that I have recorded, and you'll see him, but it's not the same as getting to show you me actually buying him. And that was like, that's what this series is about. It's about buying the best players, and to have what is going to be probably one of the highest rated players in the squad not on footage, or not being able to show you guys, a real disappointment. I actually bought him for 119,000 coins, as you can see on screen at the moment. So there's no real point crying over spilt milk. I guess these sort of things do occasionally happen, and all we can do is really power on with the series and continue building our way to the ultimate Manchester United team. We are going to start trying to sign the informed players now. We do have pretty much all of the normal players bar the silvers and bronzes, so it is time to start thinking about those informed. Also, we may pick up a CDM 4-1-2-1-2 Michael Carrick just to see how he plays instead of Fletcher, and we're going to go into our first game. You saw that our position is that we need to win 2 and win 1 at the very, very minimum to actually win Division 1 for, I'm not sure how many times in a row it is, but it is a lot. And so we are in a bit of a shaky position, probably the shakiest position we've actually been in our title, challenges. And this guy actually took the lead quite early on, managed to block the first shot quite well, but he ended up getting the ball, and I couldn't get across to block him. However, we did come straight back into it. You see there Hernandez with probably the sweatiest goal ever, which is why I didn't celebrate it. However, we find ourselves behind again, this time Kabul getting him in front with the header in the 76th minute, but thankfully we're not going to take a loss on this, as Hernandez did manage to score in the 90th minute with, the FIFA scripting and all that stuff. So unfortunately, we are in even more of a dodgy position. We do need to win our final 2 games to actually win the division. Hopefully we can do it. I'm not really certain, as I've been playing pretty dodgy. I mean, this is the worst result we've had in Division 1 so far. We're 4 wins, 3 draws and 1 loss, which is not brilliant. But we're just going to go straight into our next game. And now this looks like a very bad team, but if you actually look at it, it's a very good team because he's got all attribute cards on Hummels, Dede. I think he may have it on Eto'o as well. Maybe I'm wrong there. But he has some absolute tanks in goal. I mean, like, look at Neuer. He's an absolute beast on this game. So, a very strong team. And he actually took the lead through Gundogan there. He's a non-rare gold, but he is one of the best centre mids I've used on this game. However, we did find our way back into the game. A bit of a sweaty cross from Kagawa going into Robin van Persie to head it in. And then Van Persie just goes absolutely derp. I mean, we get a penalty here, and I was like, yes, we're going to get into the lead. But, you know, nothing's that simple in FIFA, and we hit the bar and the ball comes out. Unfortunate. Which was bad, but this was even worse. Van Persie again with the derp, open goal, and he hits it into the crossbar. What are you doing? But we do end up getting quite lucky. You can see there the ball finally coming through. To be fair, I'd had absolutely tons and tons of shots with Van Persie, and it was about time that he bloody scored one of them. So there you go. We end up finding ourselves 2 goals in the lead through Kagawa, and that's when I started to go, yep, this one's in the bag. We're looking pretty good. But he comes back into it. You see here, Samuel Eto'o, him over the top balling it to him, and he gets a goal. And I was like, that's fine. We've still only got 15 minutes. We can hold out, until I managed to absolutely muff up again and give him a goal in the last minute. And what Abate's doing there, I have no idea. But it does mean that we have not won Division 1 for the first time in this entire series. That is really disappointing. Like, losing footage, not winning Division 1. What else can go wrong in this episode? We're going to, you know, turn a new leaf and, you know, see if we can start Division 1 with a bang, as we are going to be starting it all up again. We can never stop trading and getting our way up to that next informed player that we're hoping to buy. And this guy has a very strong team, Serie A, 3-5-2. And at the moment, we need to play a lot of games because we sort of dug ourselves into a hole. We bought Vidic and we only have about 7,000 coins. That's not really enough to trade with. It's going to take us a long time to get to any informed players. So we've got to play a lot of games, hopefully get ourselves back in. And luckily, this guy gets Gambarini sent off in, I think it's like the 20th minute. So I'm not sure how that was a foul. I thought it was a perfectly good challenge. But it does mean that we're going to be playing the rest of the game against 2 centre-backs, which is pretty decent. So you can see there, we end up taking the goal, or taking the lead through Fletcher. Easy goal for him. And then after this, I thought, oh, we're going to absolutely dominate this guy. There's the second. Van Persie getting it a couple minutes after Kagawa's. But he managed to keep me out. Fair play to him until the 83rd minute. Buffon was on absolute fire. And the only way I ended up scoring was actually going past him and just slotting it round into an empty net. So we go 3-0 up. But, you know, he gets one back. And fair play to him. He probably deserved it after the amount of defending he did. So well played to him. And that is the final game in this episode. So we win 3-1. Not a too bad a result. Probably should have done better against 10 men and only 2 defenders. But that's sometimes how it goes. So, guys, I hope you have enjoyed the episode, bar the fact that my Elgato broke halfway through, which is a bit of a shame. But there's nothing we can do about it. If you could please find a way to drop the video a like, that would be amazing. But other than that, I will have to stop talking, leave it there, and I will see you all next time.